So in this video I'm going to talk about how we're going to use a version control system to enable somebody to look at our code to review it. And the two items we need is we need to download TortoiseHG and we need to create an account at bitbucket.org. So TortoiseHG can be downloaded from the Bitbucket website, and the big green button is for Windows 64-bit download, but there are options to go to 32-bit Windows to download that. So that will download as an MSI file, which you just double click on to install. The other thing that you need to do is to sign up to bitbucket.org and you can either make an account or you can use one of these. The setup process will also ask you to either use an SSH key or a password. So for now we'll just use a password, and once that's complete you'll be presented with the dashboard. At this point you can go and get hold of some code. So I'm just going to do a search here for dishwork. I've created a public repository which you need to go and have a look at, and once you've found it, it's called Cynic Adverts, and once you've found that one you just fork and decide whether you want to keep the same name. For the description, this is just a homework task, so you can put yourself a description in there and then leave all of the other things as they are, and then just click fork repository. And what this will do is it will basically take the files that were in the dishwork repository and place them in your own under your own account as part of your own repository. So you can have a look at the source files there, and so there's a CPP file for you to have a look at to answer what's written in the assignment here. The next step is to get hold of the files and automatically just download them into the right places in your on your computer. So I've created a folder here called repositories or repos. So this is the place which is always going to be where I keep files which are linked to Bitbucket, or you could just call it Bitbucket if you want to. And I'm just going to create a new folder in here which is going to hold the files that I'm going to download from the fork that I created in Bitbucket. So I'm just going to call this I think it's a C library I've just downloaded. I'm going to use a different example this time round. So I've created a folder and I'm just going to right click on that, and what you'll now notice is because you've downloaded TortoiseHG, you now get these TortoiseHG and HG Workbench options and other things coming up when you right click. So that's kind of the biggest change that's happened having downloaded that software. So the first thing we'll do is just go to HG Workbench, and this gives us the TortoiseHG Workbench. So this basically lets us use commands which we would normally have to use using the command line. So we've got icons, so we've got an interface really, rather than having to use the command line. And the first thing to do when you load this up for the first time is to just go to Settings, and under Settings, if you choose Commit, then type in a username at the top there, because otherwise you'll be asked for a username when you upload or download. So it's best just to put a username in there. So I've just put in a username which is and an email address in this format. You can just leave it as a username, I think, and that should be okay too. So make sure you have a username. And then the other thing to just check for is just under TortoiseHG, the three-way merge tool, just choose KDiff3. And that's the only change you need to make, and then we just say OK. So these are global settings which are going to be applied. So I can now just close the workbench. I don't need to make any changes to that, and I'm going to right click on the folder I've created and then just go to TortoiseHG and click clone, because what I'm going to do is go and get the files from the online. So here I am at the repository that I've forked, and here under HTTPS, so I've just clicked on overview, I have got a URL for getting hold of this, the files which are part of this. So if I click on source, these are the files that I'm going to be picking up here. All of these C files and a Python file. So if I click overview again, I will get the address that I need. So click on that, right click and copy it. And then let's just go back to TortoiseHG. Now my source needs to be that web address. So let's just do a Control V. And then I'm going to click clone. And this will now ask for my password. So this is the password for my BitBucket account. So let's type that in. Okay, so what I should now see, if I just minimize this, I should now see that the folder that I've created has got a green tick next to it, and if I double click in that folder, I have got, and giving it a few minutes and double clicking, these are all now got green ticks next to that. So I can right click and just open the file in TextPad. It's a .c file, and I can make changes to this. So in the next video I'm going to show you how existing code that you've got, you can upload that and then allow me to review it.